Hey guys, so the next thing that we'll look at is the split option to split your split. So last time we have seen R split. This time we'll see only the split option. Yeah. Now what split method does is it splits all the words in the string separated by a specified character separator. It's same as R split, but then this separator is a delimiter string and can be a comma, full stop, space character, or any other character used to separate string. Usually, if multiple separators are grouped together, the method treats it as an empty string. But if the separator is not specified or is none, the string uh, suppose it consists of consecutive spaces, they are regarded as a single separator. And the result will contain no empty string at the start or end if the string has leading or trailing white spaces. Now, you need to also remember that consequently splitting an empty string or a string consisting of just white spaces with a none separator results in an empty string. Yeah, let's see some example. Let's see the syntax first so that we understand how we need to mention it. The syntax is the string. So I'll have the string dot split. Yeah, we remove the r split r, and we have the str, which is the character or the separator. I'll put the separator, not the separate. Okay. So we have the separator which has to be mentioned, and we have the number. That is the again the max split. Max split is that should be number of lines. Yeah. So it will be max split will be string dot count str. So if the number of lines the string has, and that would be -1. Yeah. So this is how the string formula looks like. It looks like a bit complicated, but yes, once you see the uh, examples, you'll be able to understand how it functions. Yeah. So let's have some examples in place. So suppose we, when we pass no arguments to the method, the default character space is considered as an argument in the case. Yeah. So the split method returns the list of lines after separating the string. Yeah. So let me put this so that you understand what we are doing. So suppose I use the same example as str, and I use line spaces like /n. Yeah. So suppose I have this string. Suppose I have this string. Yeah. Where I have this /n as the separator. Here you can see the separator. Now I try to split this without specifying any delimiter. So I say print print str dot split. So you can see here I am not specifying any kind of delimiter that has to be taken care of. Yeah. And if I run this code, let's see what happens. You see this, the /n, which is the new line character, is automatically considered as the delimiter, and the relevant strings are bifurcated. Yeah. But if you specify space as the string, if I specify space, comma -1, and ask it to have a default uh, separation for the string, you'll find that it has by default taken space as the separator, which we have mentioned, and it has considered slash n as the part of the string. It is not considering slash n, which is the escape character for new line. Please refer to my characters, uh, escape character video, which will help you to understand what kind of characters are called escape characters within a string. Yeah. So this is how the split works. Now, uh, now when you are passing any kind of delimiter, suppose like comma or any kind of delimiter, yeah, uh, as argument to the method, so you will get the desired result. So for an example, if I separate two string as input, both containing delimiter, we can split method on both string by passing a required delimiter. So how do we do that? Let's use the same example that I had about apple, banana. Yeah. Now I'm splitting the first string by comma. I am also splitting the second string. I'll just mention it text one. Yeah. And I'm splitting it by a greater than symbol. Yeah, you can see this. Yeah. Now I say text dot split and I'll specify comma. Yes, same way. I'll do it for greater than symbol. Rather than getting it in result, I'll straight away print it. I'll say print. Yes. And again here I'll say print. Yeah, this will save the unnecessary burden of having and one more line print. So yeah. So here are two string which I'm splitting by way of comma. Let me have a line in between so that you can see see them on a separate line. Yeah. So there are two ways. So the delimiter that you specify would be used to separate the string. Yeah. Whether it be comma, whether it be greater than symbol, any way, how you want. Yeah. Now we can also separate integer. So suppose I can separate integer and decimals. How we can do that? Suppose I have a string with a number called number as 1, 2, 3, 4 point. Yeah. So these are the decimal points. Yeah. And this is the integer whole number point. Yeah. So if I want to separate this to text to integers and decimal separately, what I will do is I'll just mention is as str.split and I'll specify the decimal point here. This way I'll be able to pull the integer and the decimal part separately in an integer. Yeah. So we need to also look at is how we can use that particular split method to get our things done. Yeah. So when we pass a separator parameter, but the separator parameter is grouped together in a string, the method treats it as an empty string. Yeah. So it will treat it as an empty string. So suppose I have I have a separator parameter. I just mentioned this for your reference. So you understand. Yeah. So what do I mean by saying this? So let me use the same example of apple banana. Yeah. Now instead of one comma in between apple and banana, I specified two commas. So you find there are two commas between apple and banana. Now this, since there are two delimiters, this is the delimiter, comma is the delimiter. Since I have passed two delimiters without anything in between, it will treat as an empty string in between. Let's see what is the output. You can see this between apple and banana, there is one string that has come up, which is an empty string. Yeah, because there are two delimiters which are grouped together within the string. If I had three delimiters, let me put one more delimiter. Yeah, then it would have put two empty strings in between. See this? Because there are two empty spaces in between, which needs to be considered. Yeah, so you need to be careful while putting all these delimiters in between to clean your data. Since this string contains a comma group together, method returns empty string, which is what we have seen right now. So when we use this kind of methods, you should be very careful while splitting the strings. There could be an option where the max parameters that we specify has to be done. Yeah, as we have seen in R split. Yeah. We'll use the same example of the above one which we have used earlier. But this time we'll specify the number of splits that I want. Suppose I want the number of splits at 2. Yeah. It will split from the left. When we specify R split, it would have split it from the right. Yeah. So right now you can see there are two splits, apple, banana, and cherry and date has been put together since we have put the split as 2. If I have put the split as 1, it would have splitted only apple. Yeah, so the apple is separated, but every other string is into one string. If you have done it for R split, same thing, it would have separated only the date. Yeah, it is doing on the opposite side. So this is kind of split. You can also say you can treat it as left split, that is L split, and or split, simple way of split. Yeah. So this is how you can split data within your strings using a particular delimiter, but you need to know the intricacies of having multiple delimiters, also the escape characters that needs to be taken care of while using this kind of split. Yeah, hope you like this video. Please comment, like, subscribe to my channel to get such more insightful videos. Thank you so much.